Let's say you're searching in Tykr and you find some on sale stocks, but you're still not sure if you should buy those stocks and look for something else. Well, the answer is the 4M Confidence Booster, which is now powered by ChatGPT. So before I provide a few examples on what the 4M can do, I want to give you a little context on why it's important. So I see a lot of analysts on Wall Street, as well as people on Twitter, X, as well as Reddit, and even YouTube, making decisions with stocks only on numbers. We have to remind ourselves that stock investing is more than just math. We have to also understand the business. Even Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger have mentioned we need to invest in businesses we know. We shouldn't invest in something we don't know. In my case, I would say I would know a lot about tech. I've been working in tech close to 20 years. But do I know anything about pharma? I know a little, but not enough to be investing in pharma. So I only invest in what I know. Now, a guy that helped organize this a little better is Phil Town. He really coined that term, the 4Ms. And what we did is we put it into a different order, starting with the math part and then kind of logically working through the process. And then we went a step further to get this powered by ChatGPT, so it does a lot of heavy lifting for you. For context there, the previous version of the 4M tool, it was manual. It would require you to walk through all 4Ms, and it could take you 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Well, now, thanks to ChatGPT, a lot of this process is automated. It's kind of a gamified experience, but at the end of it, you should have really high confidence buying a stock or looking for something else. When you get into Tykr, there's a new left navigation menu titled 4M Confidence Booster. What this does is it keeps track of all the stocks you've analyzed. It shows your average score and then the community average. I'll talk about that in a second. Let's go ahead and visit a stock. We'll go to Microsoft. And you can see the layout is a little different in Tykr. The score is still on the left. And then what we did is we moved the margin of safety to the right. And then in the dead center, we have the average 4M score. Now, this is the average from the community. This tool is crowdsourced. We want other users to keep using the 4M tool so other people can see the scores. And the more scores that are completed, the stronger the score becomes, or more rigorous. The reason is every time a 4M is completed on a stock, it compares against other stocks in the same sector and industry. So we want people completing the 4M more to create a more rigorous score. It's super important. Also, every time a 4M is completed, ChatGPT is looking at the scalability of the business as well as the accomplishments of the CEO, and the numbers can vary ever so slightly, which is what we want. So this is what it looks like in the Tykr rating tab. You can also click on the 4M Confidence Booster tab. Here it shows that same average, and then it shows where the scores align. So you can see here, 2 people achieved 70. Looks like 1 person got 73, 4 people got 74. Looks like 6 people got 78. We'll go over to the far right here, and then 1 person got an 86. And you'll see here in a second what the scores mean. But this gives you an idea of where those scores fall. And then down below, you can see the community updates. You can see the people that completed a 4M, what their score is. And then you can see your own updates down below. Above, you can see the Boost Confidence button, or you can see Update again over here. So in this case, let's go ahead and do a 4M on Microsoft. We'll click Update again. And the first slide breaks down what those 4Ms are. So the margin of safety, in our case, we use that summary, score, and margin of safety. We roll it up to 1. That's the math part of investing. But as I said earlier, investing is more than just numbers. And investors should never start and stop at the math. They should move on to the other 3Ms, that meaning, moat, and management. So here they are. The meaning is the business model and how scalable the revenue streams are. Scalable means you can increase revenues a lot faster than increasing liabilities. A software company can sell a lot of licenses. You could sell 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 and really increase revenue, and you don't have to hire a lot more people to manage those licenses. That's a scalable business. On the flip side of that, let's say you have an ad agency and you bring on more clients. You're going to increase revenue, but guess what? To service those clients, you have to hire a lot more people. That's not a scalable business. It can be a good business, it can be a fun business, but not nearly as scalable as a software business or other companies in the market. So what we do is we use ChatGPT and Tykr combined to analyze that business model, that meaning, and we look for those scalable businesses. Then the moat is how a company stacks up against other companies in the same sector and industry. It's really important to have a competitive advantage against other companies in the market. And then the last M would be the management. That's the track record of the CEO. All right, what are we going for? So getting to 100 out of 100 with a 4M is like next to impossible. This is very, very rigorous. But if you can get 80 or higher, that's a solid company right there. That's actually pretty hard to do. There are a lot of stocks that may fall between 60 and 79. You may have moderate confidence moving forward. And then low confidence, that's anything that's 59 or lower. Those are weak companies. You should run away from those and look for something better. All right, so let's see what we get. We'll click continue. All right, the margin of safety tab, you've got the score, which is in the hexagon. That's a 67 out of 100. Margin of safety is 0, and the summary is watch. All right, click continue. All right, the meaning tab, this is the scalability. We're going to have a little help from ChatGPT, so check this out. Click this button, and we'll let it go to work. It may take a few seconds, and then you'll see it start to type. All right, here we go. It's going to break down the different revenue streams in the business. And then down below, give you a score for the revenue scalability. In this case, you can see a 9.7 out of 10. That's really good. How does this company perform against the stock market? We want to invest in stocks that are consistently beating the market. So we do use alpha. You can go to any stock in Tykr and you see those tabs like details, financials, earnings calendar, as well as alpha. So we use alpha. You can see Microsoft has outperformed the market. All right, click continue. And then one screen here, you need to answer yourself. This is really easy though. What's your understanding of the company and or business model? As Warren Buffett states, wise investors should only invest in what they know. So in this case, I know a lot about Microsoft. I'm going to say very high. All right, click continue. And then we get to the moat. This was the hard part with the previous 4M. You had to do this manually. You had to find other companies in the same sector or industry. But check this out. We're going to click this button, and it's going to bring up 5 different categories and then pick 4 other stocks to compare against this stock here. So let's see how we rank. All right, the first category, that's the summary. We are ranked, we're actually tied for first. Nice. And then we have the score. You can see that Microsoft is second place. Margin of safety, a lot of companies are here with a 0%, so we're actually tied for first. Revenue scalability, we are first, nice, with that 9.7. And then alpha, we're actually in second place. All right. And before I jump any further, we're comparing against other stocks in the same sector and industry. In some cases, they may be a direct competitor. In other cases, there might be overlap with certain products or business segments. But just to remind you, what we do with this tool is every time the form is completed, we try to randomize the businesses that this stock is compared against. That's what creates that rigorous score. So if I were to go through this again, you'd probably see other companies compared against Microsoft. You can click continue and we get to the management tab. You can hit these little tool tips and it will explain what's going on here. So we're going to look at the accomplishments of the CEO and the management team. So click analyze management. We'll let AI go to work. All right, here we go. It's going to summarize this list for you, and there we go. Management impact. We're at a 10 out of 10. Outstanding. All right, click continue. Now the last screen we get to is the Glassdoor rating. I understand that not all companies are going to be on Glassdoor, which is okay. You can skip this screen and we're going to run our own calculations behind the scenes. You can also leave the numbers that you see here in place, or you can enter new numbers. Now, if you go to this tooltip, this highlights the importance of Glassdoor. So check this out. Stocks with a company score greater than 3.7 on average outperform the market by 6%. Stocks with a CEO approval greater than 73% have on average outperformed the market by 8%. This shows you that happier employees actually produce better returns in the stock market. All right, so in this case, I just want to take a look at what the latest scores are on Glassdoor. So you can click the link. We'll open in a new tab. All right, so there we go. Microsoft, you can see here the company rating is a 4.3 and the CEO approval is 91. All right, let's go 4.3 and then 91%. Click continue, and let's see what we get. 85. That's really solid for Microsoft. I did a few more of these. I think I got like an 81, maybe a 78. This is why it's so important to complete multiple 4Ms, because you get a different rating each time because it's comparing against other stocks in the same sector and industry. All right, let's look at a different stock here. This was popular a few years ago. Let's go to GameStop. So you can see right away the average 4M score is already less than a 59. It's actually 51. So let's just walk through this again to see what this looks like. All right. Get to the main page here with the 4Ms. We'll click Get Started. We get to the score page. We'll click Continue. All right, so we can see this is a 39. Margin of safety is 0, and the summary is overpriced. All right, click Continue. Let's analyze the business. See how scalable GameStop is. All right, ChatGPT is going to work. All right, here we go. Selling new and pre-owned video games. Trade-in services, accessories. Scroll down below, revenue scalability, 1 out of 10. This is a much different business model than Microsoft. All right, click Continue. How does this stock compare against the stock market? Surprisingly, GameStop did outperform the market. Okay, let's go to Continue. How well do you understand this business? I'm going to put very high. I actually know a lot about GameStop. Doesn't mean I would invest in it, but I do know a lot about this company. All right, click Continue. All right, we're going to compare against other companies in the same sector and industry. Let's see what we get. All right, you can see here, GameStop is number 3 on summary, number 3 on score, number 3 on margin of safety, revenue scalability, number 5, and Alpha was actually number 1. All right. All right, click Continue. Let's analyze management. Uh, 2.5 out of 10. Not looking good. All right, go to Continue. Last page here, we've got the Glassdoor rating. I'm going to click Glassdoor just to see what the latest and greatest is in the system. And Glassdoor is a free platform. Again, you can skip this screen altogether and we'll just do the calculations behind the scenes. But let's see what we get. 2.9 and 20%. As mentioned earlier, we want to look for a 3.7 and a 73%. So let's go to Continue. See what we get. 46 out of 100. Not looking too good. So there you go. There's a comparison between Microsoft and GameStop. And again, if you really want to level up your confidence and know if a stock is truly a good investment or not, that's when I recommend that 4M Confidence Booster.